Good morning. Doing my morning walk a little bit late. Well, that's not true. I've been walking for maybe an hour now. But I just turned up this road, never been up here before, and it's so beautiful. I decided I should share it. So, this morning, I noticed some people are counting down the days of, I guess, the lockdown. I won't do that. I take each day at a time and enjoy and savor the opportunity to be alone, to reflect. And as you know, I encourage each one of you to do that. However, I was having a chat with a good friend last night into this morning who was on my case. My walking, I'd said to him that since this has started, I'm with my mother. I'm actually eating 3 meals a day, which I don't normally do. Can you see him? And I have begun to put on weight. Not a happy camper at this point. Ouch. And we began to talk about why it is that I wasn't doing my 3 to 5 mile walk each day. And in truth, having analyzed everything, and I went through all the excuses, it's dark, I don't know the place, it really just boiled down to fear. And so my question is, how many of us are afraid? We're not doing the things that we know we ought to do because we are afraid. I know I'm not the only one. So this morning, I woke up with that on my mind, and yay, I've been walking for an hour. I have done more than, I think, in a year. This is the furthest I've walked. So it will probably end up being more than my normal 5 miles that I used to do. And I'm discovering a whole lot of new places, new experiences. But also, the other thing that was on my mind is that during this time, when we're in a house with, let's say, our partner, we're going to be under undue stress. And it's a time when relationships are going to be challenged. One of the calls that I got a couple days ago was happily married couple, been married for 35 years, but now they're forced to stay together. She's not happy. And she said, I'm dying for NFL to come back. I used to complain, I'll never complain again, because now he wants sex every minute. And she was feeling abused, she was feeling violated. And there's so many of us who are going to be going through that, both men and women. Because sometimes we think men are immune from this. They are not. We are going to be stretched, hassled, harassed in ways we didn't even think possible. Some of the things that we thought we enjoyed, we're going to find there was an underlying reason why we're doing this. So this is a time when a lot of us are going to have to learn to stand in our space and to begin to have open conversations about how we feel. Because we accepted it, we didn't enjoy it, but it was, oh well. Now we're in a different space. The oh well is becoming, oh my God, I'm so annoyed, I'm freaking out, why do I have to do this? And becoming resentment, which should not be, does not need to be. If we can begin to have that open conversation. Now, I don't know if I'm the right person to tell you how to start the conversation, but I will say that we need to have it. So can you, in your own homes, have a conversation with family, with your significant other, with your parents, about how this confinement is going to affect you. You are going to start getting on each other's nerves. If you haven't, my nephew called yesterday. As you know, I'm with my mother. He called yesterday and says, "Have you killed each other yet?" And I laughed, and we haven't. But as a loner, having to be in somebody else's space is not the most comfortable thing for me. Nor for her. Last night I heard her saying to somebody on the phone, "Oh, well, I'd really rather be alone, but Sandra is here." I'm like, what? But it is true. When you're accustomed to your own space, no matter how big the house is, just that knowledge kind of puts oh Lordy, how do I say it? It kind of puts a damp on how you would normally express yourself in your own space when you're free. And we need to have the conversation. So my mother and I had that conversation yesterday about how we're going to manage our spaces together. I love music. She thought my music was too loud. I'm like, hey. But it's true. How do we share space while respecting each other? So all your negotiation skills need to come to the fore. You are going to have to begin to set some boundaries that you probably didn't. Wow. Okay. There is a graveyard here. I'm walking. I said I haven't been here before. You would notice that I'm on a hill, right? If I could figure out how to get down there without clambering over the wall, I probably would, but I won't. Yeah, you're going to have to negotiate those and set in place those boundaries. And for your own mental health, ensure that those boundaries are not breached. I've discovered how easy it is for people to breach our boundaries just a little bit. You know, you say you'll talk for half hour, but they go 35 minutes. So I've learned that I have to, because it begins as a small erosion. It's almost insidious how it happens, but then you end up feeling vulnerable, you end up feeling resentful, you end up feeling abused. So this is the time that we are going to consciously sit down and examine our values. What are your core values? What are the things you cannot do without? I cannot live without music, art, and beauty. What are your core values? Look at it. I'd say write them down, so that when you establish your boundaries, these are the values that need to remain intact for you. Because these are the things that you're going to feel most resentful about. Does that make sense? And if anybody would like, they can hit me up below this, and I will send them a sheet that I have on core values, which will help you to figure out what your core values are, so that you make sure that you incorporate them as you set your boundaries, as you have those discussions and negotiate the use of space during these days. Have an awesome day. Always, always, today when I'm saying walking in beauty, you are actually seeing the beautiful, beautiful place that I am walking and living in. And to my friends in Australia, well, you have heat too, but North America, my Canadians who are in lockdown, and to my friends from Minnesota, who I know it's still cold, I have my memories of that. Just to give you a glimpse of hope, to know that beauty still exists and that we will get through this. One way or the other, we're going to get through this. So let's try and get through it on our terms, with our mental health, our emotional health intact. Have an awesome day. Always, always walking in beauty. Beauty above. And we have beautiful blue sky today. beauty below. And you can see, let me see if I can bring it up, the fields there, plowed and sown, and beauty, of course, all around, all around. I'm walking up a mountain, so have an awesome day. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.